Hey guys, today's video is a question I received on one of my videos from Shelzitsiki or something, but it's not a name, I don't think, it's just someone's random YouTube name. Anyway, their question was, what was my opinion on bulking for the long term, say for 2 years or more. And first off, I'm going to say it really depends on the individual. I know that sounds like a bit of I'm trying to get out of answering the question fully, but I'm not. It's kind of like, depends on you individually, because it depends how, as obviously when you bulk or put on weight, you're not going to put on only lean mass. There is going to be a point where your fat builds up and you start losing your abs and all of that. So really it depends how fussed you are about how fat you can get. So are you one of those people who want to be fairly lean all the time, so you want to keep your abs, so you might not bulk for that long, and then someone who isn't that fussed, who doesn't mind losing their abs and maybe losing quite a lot of definition, could bulk for quite a long time. But also you have to think about, well, how quickly you gaining, because that again will dictate how long you want to bulk for. So say I want to stay lean, I want to have my abs fairly visible, I could therefore just try and aim to put on weight really slowly and then bulk for a very long time. Or you could go for, you want to not bulk for a long time and put on weight quite quickly and then cut sooner, so that comes into play. And I think there needs to be a point of question of how quick you should put on weight. And I've done a bit of research on this, I've had some personal experience on this, I've seen anecdotal evidence on this, like people putting on weight at various different rates. And for naturals, really, there's so many unrealistic targets out there of say £2 a week or £1 to £2, and for the average individual this isn't a good idea. In your first year or two of training you might want to aim to put on say a couple of pounds a month, so that's maybe 2 is a good rate to target for in your first year or two of training, because realistically you're only going to be gaining say half or just over half that is actually going to be muscle. And then past 2 years you probably want to scale that down, just aim for £1 to half a pound a month. And then past that, I mean 3 years plus, you're probably looking, it's probably sketchy upon how much muscle you can really build in a month. So you don't probably want to track your weight that often. At the moment, for me, I had an accident, and that meant I had some newbie gains, and I was new to training, so I didn't understand everything fully back then. I didn't understand how hard and long it took to build muscle, and so I was aiming at say £2 a week, and I did get quite a bit fat, but I mean I did get a lot of lean mass from that, and I got all the lean mass I could potentially get because of that. So what that means is, if you do undershoot and say you are a newbie and you only aim for like £1 a month, and you might be say not getting all the gains you could be, but you are going to stay leaner, and that will mean you can bulk for longer. So it's quite a long-winded way of saying it, but again it depends on the individual, and it depends on your individual preference of how much fat you want to hold on to. It depends on how long you've been training, and then it depends on how lean you want to be and how long you want to do it for anyway. So if I try and put an example to that, now I've been training for 2+ years for sure. To be honest, my technique has only really got very good. Well, I'd like to think it's very good at the moment. It's always things I need to improve on, like the Pentlay rows. I wasn't hitting spot on, and I look up how to do that properly and do it properly. But anyway, for me, I'm actually aiming for, say, I think I'm aiming for about £2 a month, but to track that is actually very difficult, and I found it difficult because I've been bulking ever since January of this year, so that's a long time, and I've gained a decent amount, not a huge amount, but I'm happy doing it slowly. I've not got any need to be anywhere fast, so £1 to £2 a month is fine for me. If I weigh myself every week, but it's not properly necessary. I should only probably weigh myself every month. And so I'm gonna bulk up until, say, I kind of think for me personally, I want to keep my abs for as long as possible, and maybe just like have a 4-pack in the end. Say around 15%. I don't want to get excessively fat, I'm not happy with it. And then when I hit that, I will diet down, and I'll just cut down to, say, 10% body fat, so I'm like body lean, body beach lean, where I've got a 6-pack, won't need to go, I don't want to go any leaner than that, and then I'll build back up, and I'll keep doing that until, say, I need to cut down for a show or something. So I could be bulking for easily over a year. I look to be bulking at the moment for over a year since January. So really, yes, perfectly acceptable if you want to bulk for more than 2 years. That's fine. But again, I would say be realistic about what your personal likelihood of building muscle is for each month, and then how fat you really want to gain. I wouldn't say set a target to bulk for 2 years. Just go by how you're getting on. Don't waste time trying to factor out how much you want to gain each month, because it's not necessarily going to be linear. It could just all suddenly come at once. Weight's a funny thing, and it's tricky. Also, a point I want to make is if you do aim to put it on too slow, you might just end up spinning your wheels, and that means you're not going anywhere, and you're just basically eating at maintenance or slightly above. Your body's very good at keeping homeostasis, and it will do its utmost to do that. So it's a tricky game, but just go a lot by mirror, a lot by how other people think you're getting on. And if you're getting stronger and you're pretty sure you're in a calorific surplus and you're not getting overly fat, then that's great, and do that for as long as you can. That's basically what I'm doing at the moment, and it seems to be working well. So yeah, that's my answer for you, Shalskiski, or whatever your name is. But yeah, thanks for subscribing, mate, and keep on with your questions, and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. And on that, you might be wondering why you've been watching this. Why the hell am I sitting in front of a ton of food? Basically, this morning went to a Savour Centre, which in the UK means a massive Sainsbury's, a massive supermarket. And that by our means is like half the size of a Walmart or something. So it gives me the opportunity to get some bits and pieces that I don't normally get. And my macros at the moment are like 200 protein, 80 to 90 fat, and 400 plus carbohydrates. So there's a huge amount of carbohydrates to be had. And I'll start off, I get the majority of those from these bad boys. Things like sweet potato, wholemeal bagels, wholemeal bread, brown rice, those sort of foods, like good high fibre foods, microdense. They're where I get the majority of my carbohydrates from. But then that's a lot of carbs to have from having that all from those, and I don't want to have them all from those, so I picked up some little treats. Take you through them. Golden Nuggets, just a kid cereal I used to love. Haven't had it for ages, thought I'd try that. Oh yeah, and I eat a lot of oats, and these are quick oats, really good for at work when you're in a hurry to eat quickly. And also for at work, I got some Nature Valley oat bars. These ones I can't get at my home supermarket. Oats and berries, apple crunch. Apple crunch is so nice. Seriously, they're good. And they're the majority of those are oats anyway, so And much like these naans, I normally have a pack of these and one of those during the day at work. They're easy to take out and about, and they are majority whole grain oats, so they taste great. They taste really good. So take you through. I haven't had these in ages, and got super noodles, low fat variety, sweet Thai chili, and chicken and herb. Just wanted to try them really. Don't see those around very often, and low fat because if my carbs are quite fatty, then my fats just build through the roof, and I try and get all my fats from like salmon, omega-3s, eggs, nuts. That's where I try and get them. My battery died on the camera, so I don't know where I got to, but I think I got to these Nutri-Grain bakes, just raisin bakes, again much like these naans and Nature Valley bars to take to work as just an additional little carbohydrate. Like, it's fairly decent sauce / tasty as hell. And then some low fat variety things I got here. Cafe Noir, or however you say this word, just a biscuit basically with a unique coffee flavoured icing. I love coffee, so and each one only has 37 calories. That's just crazy low, so I can go mad. Ginger snaps. Each of these only has about 50 calories and only just over a gram of fat, and these have less than half a gram of fat, so they're good. Weight Watchers do tons of different varieties. I can only get like 2 at my home supermarket, whereas here they had cherry Bakewell slices. Each of these have like half a gram of fat, 80 calories per slice. Just like basically sugar, but having that in moderation now and then isn't too bad. It's funny having Weight Watchers while I'm trying to gain weight, but I'm watching it, so kind of works. And then these looked awesome. Be Good to Yourself, Sainsbury's variety chocolate and caramel cake slices, and again this is 95 calories per slice, 1.4 grams of protein, 18.5 grams of carbohydrate and 1.6 grams of fats, and that's pretty good for a cake, especially one that looks, these look divine. So and then M&S, I got these. I love iced soft buns, and I don't know why I hadn't thought of them before, but basically it's sugar on white bread, icing on white bread. What can go wrong? Have that with a meal, that as a little treat, dessert maybe now and then. That'd be nice. I have quite a lot of salt on my food, and I just got this different kind of salt seasoning to try. And some lemon curd, carby spread, and kind of like jam. I haven't tried it before really, so. And then Game Bars, these were on offer, hence 2 packs, and I just, basically because I like those, and these are also only 155 calories per bar. It's annoying, chocolate bars in general are pretty high in fat, you realise that. But yeah, these are, like I say, staples, oats, sweet potato, have a lot of those. I'll often find, even on bulking, I get hungry at meals, so if I've thought, yeah, I'm going to have a nice bun, I might switch it and have a bowl of oats instead, because you get more, or say switch it and have some strawberries or something, because strawberries are awesome as well. I eat tons of those, but generally these are more interesting foods for people to see, so that's why you'll see these more. Not that I eat more of these than other foods. It's called If It Fits Your Macros, so strawberries and these will typically have very similar macros. I get to eat a ton of strawberries compared to one of those. So stay tuned guys, if you enjoy my stuff, please subscribe and comment away. Any future questions you have for me or anything you'd like a video on, just shoot and I'll do my best. Thank you.